when I left home.
The astronauts, they made it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, just everything about that was pretty amazing.
Yeah. What surprises me is as much as space travel has changed, that's the one constant from when we were kids. That's marking me when we were kids, not you. You're the space shuttle generation, but yeah, the drop into the ocean. Yeah. Okay, let's
Alrighty.
call to order. It's the Canterbury Board of Selectmen's regularly scheduled meeting. It's Tuesday, March 18, 2025, 7 p.m. In attendance, myself, Mark Weeks, John Lane. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay, item 1.
I just got these hot off.
Hot off the press.
so-
So let's see, review and approve meeting minutes from March 4 of 25.
Motion to approve.
Got a second on that?
Well, I wasn't present at the meeting.
Oh, you weren't at that meeting. Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind that. I'll second that. I'll second that, yeah. Yeah, all right, all in favor? And an abstain from John.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect.
that's right, you were slacking.
Yeah,
We did.
I think he said it was a basketball.
Had
He
our
was
last
playing.
basketball game of the
Yeah.
season for the 8th graders, so I couldn't miss it.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay, we have 2 tax refunds, both from line 3-4000. One for Default Trust for $102.23, and Honda Lease Trust for $192. So a motion to approve.
So,
Second.
All right, all in favor?
I-
All right, now, the big one, the topic of conversation tonight, and item number 4, our new transfer station stickers go on sale beginning April 1st, I believe. Last year, it's a 1-year sticker, and we set the permit fee at $50. So the question for tonight with item 4 is, do we want to keep it at $30? Do we want to move it up? What is the what's the thought process on
We set it
that?
at $50?
Yeah,
No, we
they
said it at-
corrected himself.
Yeah, we set it at 30.
I
Yeah, we set it at 30 last year. Yeah,
was gonna say, that's.
wanted 50.
Yeah.
We fought over that last
Yeah.
year.
Now I'll start out with 100
yeah.
and we'll see what
I
happens.
think we keep it the same.
No. We're getting clobbered up there.
Yeah, for
Our fees aren't covering the increase that we've seen up there.
Have
And
we-
Casella, what we're gonna be? We're gonna be over 300 this year?
Could be, for sake of argument, and I'll start with this one first. We sold about 1,700 stickers this year, 1,681, give or take. And that's approximately $50,400 in revenue. We budgeted for the transfer station $310,000, and currently we've expended of that 310, $196,000, which is 63% of the budget. And there's another quarter of the fiscal year. And I know springtime, the volumes tend to increase, so we'll probably come in pretty close to that 310 figure.
Well,
Perfect.
Yeah.
that's fine,
Keep it even.
except, what was it 2 years ago? 220?
Oh, yeah. The
That's,
cost,
we gotta,
yeah.
in my mind, we
Yeah.
gotta get back down to 200. We were at the 180 to 220 range, I bet you, for 15 years.
Yeah.
Until Casella came in and raised the
Yeah,
rates.
and the rates are going to go up again with.
And the rates are gonna go up
Yeah,
again.
another, I think it's
So,
like
we
2
gotta
point.
get this thing, in my mind, I'd like to see it below 250.
Yeah, I think they're going to about another 2.5% on their fees on the contract.
I think that's a hell of a deal up there.
So budget's 310. We're gonna come in about even. We got 50,400 in revenues, so we're at 259. So we're about 250.
About.
So keep it the same.
Okay.
Keep the budget the same. Keep it the same. I don't. The reason we increased it last year was because we doubled what our budget was.
Oh, yeah,
For
yeah,
it.
yeah, their
So
price went
We're
up.
not,
But they're
looking
going
to-
up. We're gonna have to probably bump up on that line a little bit because the contract costs are gonna go up a certain percent. And I think it's either 2.5 or 3% off the top of my head. Yeah, we did get 50,000 on revenue from stickers, which is reasonable, but still, in the big scheme of things, you're at 300, 300 plus. You know, like, I don't know. I'm willing to, since we've actually indexed our permit fees to inflation, I'm willing to take this and each year as our costs go up, and I hate to do it, but just bump it up each year to try to keep, tread water.
I'd like to be 50. That's where I wanted to be 50 last year.
Yeah.
We settled on 30 and it didn't get us down. I don't want to get used to 300. No way. That's not right for the people in town. But there's 2 other votes.
Yeah. So that's where we stand. So I think John pretty much wants to keep it where it is.
Yep.
Mark's it.
if we bumped it up to 50.
Yeah.
And we sold the same amount of permits, then our revenues would go from
About
50,000 to
80,000.
84,000.
Yeah.
It's not a big jump spread out over 1,700.
I don't think it's proportional to what our increase is gonna be in the budget. I mean, I haven't seen
Yeah.
the budget numbers. I haven't seen what the proposed increase is, so it's hard to
Yeah, it's
say,
gonna
but I
be,
think.
it's gonna be about 320. We gotta bump it up a little bit just based on their contractual increase.
I don't think there should be any increase, but if there's
Yeah.
going to be an increase, it shouldn't be by $20
Well,
for the year. It
well,
should be
let's-
proportional to what our additional cost is,
Yeah.
what our additional budget is, but
Let's split the difference then. We'll go for 40.
that doesn't make, let's see what the numbers are. Let's see what the budget's.
It's gonna be
If the
about
budget
3
comes in at 310, then we
Yeah.
should keep it where it is.
Yeah, it's
because
gonna
we're in
be,
no
well, it's
different
gonna be
position.
about it's gonna be about 320 is what I'm gonna budget for. We can't actually know what the end of the year total is because we gotta set the figure by April 1st.
Right.
So,
All right, so that's a $10,000 increase.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
so
a
that would-
$6 per permit increase, so you bump it up to $36 to cover that extra $10,000. I mean, that would be the math, that makes sense.
Then they'll kill me making change like that over in the office.
Well, they're gonna,
Here's the problem. We go for 20 years around 200, then we go for 300 and we
Yeah,
get complacent with that.
yeah.
That's fine, whatever. I'm gonna vote no matter what you say.
You're no matter what you say. Well, I'll make a
No.
motion that we set it at $40 for the next year cycle of, starting April 1st, when we start selling the tickets again.
you're making a motion on what?
40.
I don't think we should vote on it until we see what the actual budget's gonna be. for next
Well,
year.
We won't.
we won't see till the end of the fiscal year.
Probably
Last
the
year, when
permits
we
are-
had this conversation, we had the budget books, we knew what we were proposing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put in about 320.
Yeah, you
It's
just
gonna
shot
be
it.
about,
You
it's
just
gonna be
shot a
about
number.
320, because, it's a rough guesstimate based on their proposed increase, their contractual price increase. It's gonna be about 320.
The permits run out in April, right?
And what we have here, so far year to date, we've spent 196 out of 310, about 63%. So we'll probably be coming in at about 310 or close to it. And at $40, it's still a very good value for money that we're giving our residents
We're the cheapest town around
in many ways.
in many ways. I know you're looking at me when you said that. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. So that's about where we stand. So we can get nowhere tonight on it, or we can,
They don't have a lot of time.
no,
This
we
isn't
don't
gonna
have,
change.
no,
in
it's
the
not
little
gonna
bit of time we
change. It's
got
not gonna
in
change,
between.
yeah, because we gotta make a decision tonight, one way or the other. And I know it's easy, we could make a motion, Mark could make a motion to go to 50, and we could just move right on that, but
I know it's not gonna go, so you guys.
40, to me, 40, we gotta bump it up a little bit. We need to raise that revenue, because when you look at our total $3 million budget, approximately, this is about 10% of that whole budget. And And so the revenue does help to offset that. So you're looking at generating 66,000 instead of 50 odd thousand in revenue.
Should be like 35. What it should be. If you're just looking to cover the additional
you-
costs, it should be like 35.
Yeah, which would be about right. I'll tell you what, then, make the motion.
I'm not being the one to make the motion. I'll make a motion for 30, that it stays the same. You
All
make
right.
a motion for 35.
Oh, I'll make the motion, we set it at 35 for the next sticker cycle starting April, I think it's April 30th for the stickers on sale, April 1st.
You gonna second
We
it,
got a
Mark?
second? He's not gonna second it, it's over to you,
I'll
John.
second it, but I want some discussion on it.
All right, discussion.
All right, the only reason that I'm gonna, well, I hate you both.
I just think-
Here's how I'm saying
Thanks,
this.
thank you. We hate you too.
Here's what I'm worried about, and I want this in the minutes. So whoever's gonna be writing this down, my concern is that if I don't vote for 35 right now, nobody's gonna approve 30, but I think Mark's gonna make a motion to go to 50, and I think Chris is gonna wanna get it done, so the two of them are gonna end up voting on something higher, and you're putting me in a real crap position right now. So, fine,
Okay,
that's what I wanna say.
got it. We'll make sure Patty gets that in the minutes. And nobody wants to actually raise the fee and come at anyone. No one wants to do that, but it's.
Mark does. Mark wants to
no,
do it. Let's call a spade a spade.
No,
Mark wants to almost
I do,
double it.
but my reasoning is, we gotta hold the line on something. We're cutting everything else out of town, but now it seems like, well, it's okay that the transfer station went up $100,000 in the last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years.
Couple of years.
Yeah. It held its own for 20 years, so I don't know why we can't do that. Because if we raise the price, we'll cut down on the usage, which is what we gotta do. Either that or we gotta implement at some point, something to do with bulky waste.
Right.
So if we hold this and we find out more people, when the prices go up for the waste pickup on the homeowners, that it's gonna, 300 isn't gonna hold with that kind of money either.
And the alternatives,
Yeah,
and I sit in on most of the deep meetings. They have this group called CCSM, which is something SM. Well, it's all solid waste management. And I will spend hours on those calls. And I guarantee you, what we do with our garbage now will not look like this in 5 years, and it will be a lot more expensive. The state is mandating organics separation. They don't want to do it for the same reason that we sit here and don't want to do it. But there's a big push to go to pay as you throw, where you have to buy individual bags. There's a big push for they keep on setting these goals to, I believe they want to have Connecticut not exporting any garbage within the next 10 years, which is not, I don't think, realistic, but that's where they want to be. So these costs that we're seeing are going to keep increasing because they will be passed along to all the carters, and they will just pass it along to us, and that price is not going to be going down. And it's tough. I think the only solutions that little towns have, and some of them made these decisions 20 years ago, like Brooklyn. And I will point out Brooklyn's program is great. They have pay as you throw. They have a fee structure in place. If you bring in a refrigerator or a couch or a chair, there's a fee structure in place. I believe they have a scale for bulky waste. And that system works very well. And the cost to the residents across the board is minimal because the people using it are
it's
paying
more
for it.
fair if you're
It's-
the one paying for the
yeah,
extra.
It's fair in that if you're using it, you know what you're going to pay. And if you're not using it, it has a negligible impact on your overall taxes. For us, that transfer station equates to, and our mill rate's going to change a little bit, but now we're at about a mill, to operate that transfer station each year, which is, directly impacts all the ratepayers in town. But it's going to change. I think we have to evolve with it. There's going to be some tough decisions that are going to have to be made in the coming years, and some of it the state will make for us, and others, knowing the state, they will force us to make as their
I'd rather
requirements
be the
become more
state
stringent.
that was the bad guy at that point.
Well, I would too, and I've explained that to the Commissioner of Deep on a number of occasions, that it's very difficult for small towns to make these changes. It's a lot better if we can say, Hartford did it and we have no choice.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, but we have to evolve, and that's going to be something that's very
Yeah.
significant over time.
Not-
So,
Not knowing what the other towns are gonna be doing with their fees, there's some towns around us that actually break even.
yeah, Brooklyn for years.
We're not gonna be in that classification, but as us staying a low person on this deal, we're still gonna get, and probably more so, flooded with garbage from other towns.
Yeah.
Everybody brings garbage. I can stand out there on a weekend, and I can tell you a good many of the people that should be checked out.
Yeah.
You know, and our guys don't do it.
Yeah,
So as we become cheaper, everyone becomes more bold, and next thing you know, we're paying for a lot more than we need
you're taking
to.
it more, yeah. No, I know, it's a lose. But we had a motion on the table for $35 for the next sticker cycle, and I second that for discussion. We've discussed it, so I guess now it's up for a vote, so we'll start down at the end. John?
Yeah.
Mark?
No,
And I'll vote yes, and we'll go to $35, which doesn't make anyone happy, but puts it, at least we're moving in the right direction.
There's gonna be pushback on it. People are gonna, they can't, I mean, it's gonna bring up the whole manship situation all over again. We can't even get, garbage removal down there, and people are gonna be paying more for their.
I did ask Sid to get down there with the guys on a regular basis to clean that up, and I'm gonna put an ad out, and if you actually know anyone, I'm gonna put an ad out. It'll be on the web page probably starting next week, and we will run the Turnpike Buyer, looking to use some of our NIP money, so we can hire people. I've said this, I don't know how many years in a row now, but hold me to it. They get people out there to work to clean up Manship Park. If we hire 2 people and you put them down there for 8 hours each a week, you had to go in on Mondays and like a Friday and a Monday to pick the stuff up and do a little roadside work as well. Maybe if we get a safe place for them to do it, who knows? At least they can keep that place looking clean. And we have the NIP money, which would fund that. That's been accruing for the past few years. I think last time I checked, we had north of 15,000 in there. So
That's a good idea.
that's a good use for that. And so if you know anyone who might be doing nothing over the summer, and it's not going to pay the rent or really buy a lot of beer at the next semester at college, but it's something to do.
get the drunk people down at the pavilion to do that.
Okay,
Kind of ironic, we're gonna use NIP money to. pay
Clean up the
people to
nips.
Pick up nips.
Yeah. yeah, which is
God.
about what the Cubs do. Yeah.
I'll keep them busy.
All right, next item 5, we had a request from a Girl Scout troop. They wanted to go up, and this is the Nipmuc Service Unit of the Girl Scouts of Connecticut. They were requesting permission to go up and clean Kinney Preserve on May 18 of 2025, and I had some discussions with them. They ensured that as long as they have insurance, we could just vote on it as a town that we're going to allow them to go up there and clean up. So they assured me that they have insurance. So this is just a vote to allow the Nipmuc Service Unit to clean up Kinney Preserve on May 18, 2025, which is part of their so they can earn their Earth Day badge.
Okay.
So I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Uh,
Aye. Okay, the next item, which was gonna keep us here till 10 o'clock tonight, is off. Item number 6, we have to strike that because there's been a delay in preparing some of the paperwork for that budget discussion. I checked with John earlier. He's free Monday to meet. Are you free, Mark, on Monday?
I think so. This coming Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, the 24th. Okay, so I will schedule a meeting for Monday, the 24th.
Seven, obviously.
7, yeah. And we'll just do the budget, and hopefully we can knock it all out in one sitting.
But everybody's in pretty much.
Yeah, it's just, we've just had a delay in getting the books together, and the spreadsheet put together, so. But everybody's got all their stuff in, that's no problem. So that brings us to that. I guess then we'll do public
Finance
comment.
Meeting Wednesday after this. Is that why you're?
They're coming up on the 9th. We have our
Oh.
meeting with them. Yes, we got a little bit of time, a little bit of time. And if we have to meet a couple times in the course of a week to knock it out. CIP, we're doing again on Thursday this week, so I hope to get that put to bed on this Thursday. And I guess we'll do public comment, but in this time, I'd like to actually have Jordan Lumpkin introduce himself. He is our new, as you two know, I don't think many people, and if anyone, actually someone told me they actually watched this. I forget who it was. I apologized in advance for any chance that I might offend them. But yeah, we have a new regional administrator program that we've started up, sharing a couple of resources with Pomfret and Chaplin. And this is to work on what I'll call the 30,000 foot level. Some of those town functions that need some extra input and eyeballs on them. And as I've said to Jordan, and I've said through this whole process, some of the areas I'm looking to key in on to begin with are budgeting, because our budgeting process is woefully antiquated. CapEx, because I've got a pretty good idea of CapEx, but it's all between my ears, and that doesn't do anyone else any good. But a good CapEx program where we can actually kind of track our facilities, track our equipment, and then really put in a detailed analysis of where we need to go on that. Grant writing is a big one. I know there's a lot on that, and also grant administration. Recently, we have a HUD grant to do a library edition, and I think our librarian, she has at times been pulling her hair out trying to work with HUD and the contractor. So grant administration, that's an area where there's some need in our town. HR, in terms of taking some of our HR policies, our procurement policies, and some of those, and bringing them up to date, and making sure we're compliant with state statutes where we need to be. So a lot of stuff like that. So the concern was that this person would sort of be telling us what to do. It's not really telling us what to do, working with the selectmen and other departments, because as Jordan and as Barry get more comfortable in that role and take on more, there are other areas where I think other departments can take advantage of their service as well. Working through the selectmen to arrange that for them. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Jordan, if you could.
Sure.
Tell us about yourself and what your expectations are. And
Sure, yeah. Well, so yeah, my name's Jordan Lumpkins. I previously worked for the town of Wyndham and the town of Plainfield, both in economic and community development and grant writing administration. I have a master's in public administration, and growing up in the area, I grew up right in Plainfield too, actually. Yeah, I'm very excited. Like First Selectman said, I'm here to work for you. I want to help you guys with whatever it is you need. I'm excited to work with Mary. She's very highly regarded out of Killingly. So yeah, I'm here to support you and whatever it is that you need assistance with. And I'm excited to be here. And for now, the first probably couple of weeks, months will be a lot of just listening and observing and learning about each individual community. Even though I grew up in Plainfield, there's a lot of the interworkings, particularly with the government, that I need to learn about the different communities. So I'm just looking to come in and do whatever it is you guys need.
well, we're glad to have you. And just for those that are listening, this is the first program of its type in the state of Connecticut. It's been done in other states, but it's the first program of this type in the state of Connecticut where we have towns have got together to use a regional administrative resource. So we are either creating Frankenstein's monster or we're making something great. We're not quite sure where it's going to go, but we have two fantastic people. Jordan came highly regarded, and Mary, I've worked with. She was town manager in Putnam, town manager in Killingly. I've worked with her for the past 8 years in those capacities through NECOG. And so we have two great people on this. So I think that's going to bode well for what they can do for our towns. and how they can help us in our problem solving, sort of bring us kicking and screaming into the I'm just going to say the 20th century. I'm not shooting for the 21st, just the 20th would be good. But I'm looking forward to working with you, working with Mary on this. I think it'll be good. I know I was speaking with Joe DeLong, the executive director of CCM, the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, yesterday, and I'd mentioned this to him, and he said he was on Channel 8 over the weekend on a talk show. And he was talking up this initiative with these towns. I think it's good for us. We're 3 towns to begin with. I would like to see this be a roaring success, because I know there are other towns within our cog that should be taking advantage of this area. Hopefully we can get them to take advantage of this as well.
They
and
just
build
didn't
it out.
jump in.
They didn't jump in. No, they didn't jump in on it. It's up to Maureen, Juan, and I, jumped in, and we're going to go at it, and we see the value in it. So hopefully the other towns will see it as well, and we can build this program out, because I think there's a lot of benefit. This job of first selectman, I used to say to Neil Dupont, he did first selectman for 10 years through the 80s and into early 90s. I said it's become a much more involved and difficult job than it used to be. One mistake can cost the town hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's sort of what having this professional capacity, it's professional administrative capacity, is to help us maybe to avoid making those mistakes, because it
doesn't make us an island. What you pick up in one town, you can transfer to all the towns that you're involved with, and hopefully there'll be some more, not too much, because we don't want you to be taxed, so we don't get full benefit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, that's one of the things. Even though with like HR policy, if they were to take the HR what exists for HR policy in all 3 towns and pretty much shred them and then start over again and say, here you go, this one says Canterbury, this one says Pomfret, this one says Chaplin, because that's not going to change. Yeah, that's just following the laws.
Gives you an overview on everything.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be there'll be room there for overlap. I think there'll also be room as time grows on, and they start looking at what we do, areas where we could maybe look at regionalizing what we do with these other towns as well, whether it's one payroll vendor to cover all 3 towns, or something simple, simple things like that, where we're doing services in triplicate that we might not have to. We can maybe generate some savings.
We're not privy to a lot of things.
Yeah. So it's good. I'm good. So I'm glad to have you. I know you're coming in Thursday.
Yep, Thursday.
So we'll let you meet some of the staff on Thursday. Everyone's here. I think I'm excited about this.
Oh yeah, I'm too.
First one in the state of Connecticut. That's pretty good. I mean, yep. So just make sure it's your job though to make sure I don't screw it up. So that's task 1. Yeah, keep me on a short leash, and we'll be good.
Sounds good.
All right. Anything else, guys? You want to add to that?
No.
All right. And I guess any selectmen's report? Nope. Okay. Then we
Wait, I got
will.
something.
Nope.
We had the annual March Madness All-Star tournaments the last couple weekends up at Baldwin. So we had Canterbury, Franklin, Pomfret, Lisbon, Preston,
Wow.
all participated.
Good.
And the Canterbury team won the championship. It actually went undefeated throughout the tournament in both the 5th and 6th grade division and the 7th and 8th grade division. So it's a lot of 8th graders this year on the basketball team. It was probably 8 or 9 8th graders this year. And so it was a good thing for them they had a really good season with Baldwin, with the middle school team. And then they kind of finished up their Canterbury basketball careers by winning the championship. So
Good.
that was a
Good for
good
them.
thing
Fantastic.
for them. So, thank you to Baldwin for letting us kind of take over their facility for the weekend.
They just say they were good with everything.
Yeah, everything was great.
Yeah,
So
every year that seems to work out pretty good.
it's great. It's a
good
big fundraiser for us. It's a great thing for the other towns. The other towns love coming and doing it.
Yeah.
It's great for the kids. It's a great experience. And it was a lot of fun.
Just out of curiosity, how do the locker rooms look down there?
Good.
Did they got them all fixed up?
It's amazing that so we go because we want to make sure we're cleaning up after ourselves, right? So at the end of each, and so the tournament for the 3rd and 4th graders was Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and then that was 2 weekends ago. This past weekend was 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th. So we actually started Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. But So we go through the bathrooms and locker rooms to like clean up, make sure everything's good. And it's amazing all the clothes that are in there. Like these kids must leave, like there's like a full wardrobe in there that these kids just like, and it's not from the tournament.
Well,
It's
you
from
don't
like
have,
the middle
you
school.
don't have any, you don't have any kids over there, so you can't bring them
Yeah.
home. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
there's that
It's-
jacket.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's incredible. So, yeah, but no, the locker rooms look great. It's, yeah.
Good, good. 'Cause I know they did a little bit of work on those.
Yeah.
We gave them some money to fix those up a little bit
Yep,
a
yep,
couple
so
of years ago. So
They've
that's
got
good.
like individual stalls in there
Yeah.
now with like privacy
Good.
and all that stuff. So yeah, it's good.
Good.
I remember they didn't have showers in there. They didn't work for the longest time.
Yeah, they always had issues with the showers. Yeah, that was never ending. All right, I guess then we will call it. It is, I can't see the clock here. What's that say? 7:35?
7:34.
Okay, so we'll call it 7:34. Fantastic. Thank you.
Well, nice to meet everyone.
Yeah, thanks for coming.